Hello students, welcome back to Geometry Online session. We are learning circle. In the previous session, we have learned all the basic concepts regarding circle like radius, chord, center, diameter, etc. And today we are going to learn one important theorem, that is tangent segment theorem. Now before starting with this theorem, we should understand what is tangent segment, what is tangent. So let's first revise the tangent theorem we have learned in the previous session, which states that a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. Now here you only have to remember the statement for this theorem and the diagram. You don't have to prove this theorem. Now the diagram says that we have drawn here one circle with center C and tangent M is touching this circle or intersect this circle at point P. Then we have seen the converse of tangent theorem. In a line perpendicular to a radius at its point on the circle is a tangent to the circle. Now the same figure we have to draw, only we have to show that angle P which is formed here on the circle, that angle is perpendicular. Is that clear to all of you? Now let's see this figure. Now in this figure I have shown some points on the circle, some points in the interior of the circle and some points in the exterior of the circle. Now this circle is with center A. Now if you consider point B which is on the circle, can you draw lines passing through point B? How many lines can you draw? Yes, we can draw infinite lines passing through point B. But can these all lines we call tangent? No. Only one line we can call it as tangent to this circle. So this line is called as tangent to the circle. So we can say that one and only one tangent can be drawn at a given point on the circle. So if you consider any point on the circle, you can draw only one tangent through that point. Now let's consider point C which is in the interior of the circle. Can you draw tangent from point C? Let's see. If I try to draw a tangent from point C, it will look like this, and which intersect the circle in two distinct points. So we have seen in the previous session, tangent intersect the circle only at one point, and if it intersect the circle in two distinct points, then it is called as secant. So this line will be a secant. So we can say that no tangents can be drawn from a point in the interior of the circle to that circle. So here we cannot draw any tangent from the point in the interior of the circle. Now let's consider point D which is in the exterior of the circle. Can we draw tangent from point D? Let's see. If I try to draw a tangent, then one tangent I can draw. One more tangent I could draw. So any more tangents we can draw from point D? No. So we can say that two tangents can be drawn to a circle from the point in the exterior of the circle. So these are the three important points we have learned today. All these points are very important. You have to remember these points. So if you observe here, this part of this tangent and this part of this tangent are called as segments. So as we are considering a part of a line or part of a tangent, it is called as tangent segment. So whatever we are seeing here, segment DE and segment DC, these are called as tangent segments, and these tangent segments are congruent. So whatever tangents you are drawing from the exterior of point in the exterior of the circle are congruent. This is the tangent segment theorem, and that we are going to prove in the next slide. Now let's see what this theorem states. Tangent segment drawn from an external point to a circle are congruent. This is the statement, and this we have to prove. Now let's start with the figure. Here I have drawn one figure with center. I have drawn one circle with center A. I have taken one point D in the exterior of the circle, and from point D I have drawn two tangent segments, tangent segment DP and DQ. So this is the given part. Let's write down a circle with center A. Line DP and line DQ are tangents to the circle at point P and Q respectively. And what you have to prove is segment DP is congruent to segment DQ. For that we have to do some construction. What construction we will do? We will draw segment DA, segment AP and segment AQ, which I have shown in the dotted line. Now let's start with the proof. Now here, due to the construction, we are getting two triangles, triangle APD and PAD and triangle QAD. Now let's consider these two triangles. What we can say? Segment PA is congruent to segment QA. Now this segment PA and segment QA, these two are congruent. Why they are congruent? Because they are radii of the same circle. Similarly, segment AD is congruent to segment AD because that is a common side for both the triangle. Then we can apply here by tangent theorem. What is the statement for tangent theorem? A tangent at any point on the circle is perpendicular to the radius of the circle at the point of contact. So here point of contact is P and Q, so it will be perpendicular to the radius. So here it will form a 90-degree angle. So we can write here angle APD is equal to angle AQD, that is equal to 90 degree. Therefore we can say that triangle PAD is congruent to triangle QAD by hypotenuse side test. Now in the similarity lesson we have learned the test of similarity. Same way we are having the test for congruence, that also you have learned in the previous classes. So here we have applied hypotenuse side test because this is a right angle triangle. Therefore we can say segment DP is congruent to segment DQ. Reason you will write as corresponding sides of congruent triangles. So hence we have proved the theorem. I hope you all have understood this theorem. Now let's try to solve some problems based on this theorem from practice set 3.1. This is the question from practice set 3.1. In the adjoining figure, O is the center of the circle. From point R, segment RM and segment RN are tangent segments touching the circle at M and N. If OR is equal to 10 cm and radius of the circle is equal to 5 cm, then first question you have to solve is what is the length of each tangent segment? Second one, what is the measure of angle MRO? And third one, what is the measure of angle MRN? Now to solve this question, first you have to draw OM and segment ON. So this is the construction. Draw segment OM and segment ON. See the first answer where we have to find the length of tangent segment. Here we have to consider triangle OMR. Now in this triangle we can write angle M as 90 degree. How we can write? By tangent theorem. So write down angle OMR is equal to 90 degree. Reason you will write as tangent theorem. Therefore by Pythagoras theorem, OR square is equal to OM square plus MR square. Substitute the values. OR is given as 10, OM is given as 5. So you will get here MR square is equal to 10 square is 100 minus 5 square is 25. Therefore MR square is equal to 100 minus 25, that is 75. So if you find the square root on both sides, you will get MR is equal to 5 root 3 centimeter. Therefore if MR is 5 root 3, then we can say that segment RN will be also 5 root 3, because reason you will write as tangent segment theorem. Just now we have seen this theorem. So therefore RM is equal to RN is equal to 5 root 3 centimeter. Therefore length of each tangent segment is 5 root 3 centimeter. Hence we have solved the first question. Now let's move on to the second part of this question, where we have to find angle MRO. Now let's start writing. In triangle RMO, angle OMR is equal to 90 degree by tangent theorem. Now OM is equal to 5 centimeter and OR is given as 10 centimeter. It is given to us. So 10 is double 5, or we can write OM is half of the OR. Therefore angle MRO is equal to 30 degree. Reason you will write as converse of 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle theorem. Now this theorem we have learned in Pythagoras theorem part 1 presentation. So you can watch this video and you can find out what this theorem is. Then we can solve, or we can show angle NRO is equal to 30 degree by the similar method. Therefore we have solved the second part also. Now let's move on to the third part, where we have to find angle MRN. Now angle MRN is equal to angle MRO plus angle NRO. Reason you will write as angle addition postulates, because segment OR divides angle MRN into two parts. So if you add these two parts, you will get angle MRN. So therefore angle MRN is equal to, substitute the values, you will get 30 degree plus 30 degree, that is equal to 60 degree. Hence we have solved all three questions. Let's see the third question. Segment RM and segment RN are tangent segments of a circle with center O. Prove that segment OR bisects angle MRN as well as angle MON. Now this you have to prove. So let's start with the proof. In triangle RMO and triangle RNO, we know that here two triangles are formed. We have to consider these triangles. Angle RMO is equal to angle RNO is equal to 90 degree by tangent theorem. Now hypotenuse OR is congruent to hypotenuse OR, common side. Then we can write side OM is congruent to side ON, radii of the same circle. Therefore triangle RMO is congruent to triangle RNO by hypotenuse side theorem. Therefore angle MRO is congruent to angle NRO and angle MOR is congruent to angle NOR. Reason you will write as corresponding angles of congruent triangles, because we know that if any two triangles are congruent, their corresponding sides and corresponding sides must be congruent and their corresponding angles must be congruent. So we can write here, therefore segment OR bisects angle MRN and angle MON. So hence we have solved this. So one more problem we are going to solve here. In the adjoining figure, circle with center D touches the side of angle ACB at A and B. If angle ACB is equal to 52 degree, find the measure of angle ADB. Now, if you observe this figure, you will find that this angle is known to you. If this angle is touching the circle at A, then this angle A will be of 90 degree. If it is touching the circle at point B, then it is also 90 degree. So three angles of this quadrilateral. We can see here one quadrilateral is formed here. So if three angles of these quadrilateral are known to you, you can find the fourth angle. So we will go or we will solve this sum according to this method. So let's start. The sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree, that you all know. Therefore, let's start writing all the angles. Angle ACB plus angle CAD plus angle CBD plus angle ADB is equal to 360 degree. Now let's substitute the values. ACB is given as 52 degree. Angle CAD is 90 degree. Angle CBD is 90 degree. Why these two angles are 90 degree? By tangent theorem. Plus angle ADB is equal to 360 degree. Now add all these values, you will get angle ADB plus 232 degree is equal to 360 degree. Therefore, angle ADB is equal to 360 minus 232, that is equal to 128 degree. So this was very simple sum. Only you have to observe the figure and then you have to start solving the answer. I hope you all are understanding all these sums. So what we have learned today, let's try to summarize it in points. A circle can have infinite number of tangents. Second point, one and only one tangent can be drawn at a given point on the circle. Third point, no tangent can be drawn from a point in the interior of the circle to that circle. And fourth one, two tangents can be drawn to a circle from the point in the exterior of the circle. Then we have learned the tangent segment theorem, which states that the tangent segments drawn from an external point to the circle are congruent. And then we have solved some problems based on tangent segment theorem. So I hope you all have understood all these concepts. Let's move on to the last part of this session, that is assignment. Here I have given you one question. Observe the given figure, draw radius OR and radius OQ and prove that segment PQ is congruent to segment PR. This is a very simple question. You will be able to solve this question. So with this, we will stop here today. We will meet you in the next session. Thanks for watching this video.